Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I want to give my thoughts on the whole recent controversy with CG Project Red and of course Cyberpunk 2077. So not about the game and its delay. Yes, for people that don't know what's happening is that CD Project Red just announced the day after they said the game was about ready to launch at November that they needed to delay the game to December. Some people are not happy to a point. Some of them, oh boy, you guys need help. Even threatening the developers, the people who are involved with the game. I mean, that's not cool. But the bottom line is, yes, it's delayed. However, I will not be talking about the game being delayed. A lot of people already talk about it because one, I'm not really a fan of the game itself. Look, for me personally, first person, I'm already out. I know Keanu Reeves is there, but the thing is, it's not really my cup of tea. Like I said before in my other vlog, my favorite type of games are fighting games, action game, platformer, especially JRPG with anime waifu. But that's a different story there. But I will be talking about the situation of delay. So every time there's always been talk about delays. There's always going to be people that's going to quote Miyamoto. So yes, once again, I did talk about it before, but I'm going to talk about it in this one, but a little bit more additional info. And yeah, so a quote from Miyamoto in a financial report about Super Smash Bros. Brawl. That's where it came from because Sakurai, during that production, he had to delay the game multiple times, and shareholders actually were concerned about it. And then Miyamoto stepped up and he did a quote about delays on game. And he said, and this is what the quote is: a delay on a game will eventually be good. A rush game will always going to be bad. So of course, that's really true. Again, 99 to 95% that's true. So I kind of disagree with what Review Tech USA said, like, oh well, it's 201%. Not quite. It's actually sort of the opposite, and yeah, I'll explain why. 99 to 95%, that is true. When you delay a game, give them more time, it will be good on the long run. Most of the time. That's the keyword, most of the time. So that's always been a respectable quote from Miyamoto because it is true. And they did talk about the Virtual Boy. They rushed the thing out. Gunpei had a lot of ideas that he wanted to do something. He wanted to supposed to be released with the N64 or post N64, but his superior said, "Nope, gotta release it before the N64," and then he did what he could. I already talked about that. Of course, he got the Windows seat. Links on the description box about that one. But yeah, so that's the reason why you have to give them time. That's why delays are good. That's why ever since they had sadly the Virtual Boy incident, what happened to Gunpei, Nintendo did make a note. And when Iwata took over as the fourth president of Nintendo, a lot of things were changed. One is, yeah, if we have to delay a game, we'll delay it to be good. It's always been true. Super Smash Bros. Brawl kind of proved it, that you delay a game even for so long, it ends up good. And in my opinion, Brawl is a good game. So with that said, the thing about the sort of a problem with Cyberpunk 2027 is that there have been already multiple delays. So here's my thing: delaying the game once, good. You need more time. Delay it twice, okay, maybe still more time, that's okay. Delay it 3 times, you might want to be concerned. Not worried, just concerned because what's going there, what's happening, what's the backstory, and of course you've been following. Sadly, with CD Project Red, there have been a lot of stories about they were at one point just dicking around with the project, which means they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. 2, there have been crunch issue, and apparently some people had to quit because of that. And then there even reported that some people were getting ill, faded because of it. I mean, credit to Nate, Nintendo Prime, and Jason Schreider. They were talking about that. So then, of course, adding in with delay, I don't know what's going on there. So that's the reason why a lot of people, not most of, but most of them are just probably just concerned. Okay, maybe the delay is a good thing. it's probably do good, and I hope it does. I hope it does, just for their sake. Because if it's still delayed and then the game's not what it's supposed to be, then yeah, there's something wrong there. And I'll give some example of a delay didn't really help the game. And remember, Cyberpunk 2077 is, I mean, apparently it was revealed like in 2013, 2012, even before the 8th generation, PS4, Xbox One, and the Wii U generation. And now they're still working on it. So, like I said, delays are good, but there will be times when you have to say, is it really a good thing to delay the game? What's going on? I'm going to be concerned about it because, again, this is their third delay. So, what happened if it's near December and the game's still not good? Are people going to complain? You got in a situation now where, okay, well, if you delay it more, people are getting mad. Okay, let's release the game. Oh, the game's not good. What's going on there? I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too, but that's what's happening. That's like what's happening there. So, yes, like I agree with Ravito here say that Miyamoto quote is a delay in a game will eventually be good. A bad game, a rush game will always be a bad game because you're not giving time. But again, to some extent also there have been situations where a delay didn't really help the game. One recent example is Square Enix, Crystal Dynamics, Marvel Avengers. It was supposed to come out May of 2020. They delayed it to September 2020, and the game was not good. People were not happy. People even compared to saying, I'd rather play Marvel Alliance 3 for the Switch. There you go. So that's one recent example of a delay of a game that didn't really help them, and people are complaining. And of course, the update they had like apparently fixed more than 1,000 problem. Again, I mean, I know the hype was good. They said they needed more time. People said cool. Game came out. Then what? So another one that's a long time ago is Duke Nukem Forever. A lot of people talked about it. Review Tech USA, Tipster talked about it. So the back history about this game was, I think it was still during the PS2 era when they revealed this new Duke Nukem game. And then there was some problem. There were changes on the publisher. The development had a problem. No one knows what's going on. Even at one point, it was incognito. They just was about to cancel the game until Gearbox took over. And 10 years later, yikes. So the game wasn't that good. And that was 10 years. I mean, the game was delayed. It was first revealed for the Sega Dreamcast and then eventually the PS2 and the Xbox, from what I heard. And delays, stalled, disappeared, revived. It was almost, like I said, canceled at one point, then it got revived. 10 years later, there you go. Another good example of, even with a delay, it's bad. I mean, yes, it's a case-by-case basis, but the trend, the situation, they're kind of like related. It's coming. And of course, you can't forget about the infamous, controversial, supposedly revival to Mega Man, Mighty Number 9. The game that KG said is a spiritual successor to Mega Man because at the time, Capcom refused to release Mega Man games because they have a problem with KG. So he tried to do his own Kickstarter. People supported him. And I said, good job, KG. And then delays. More delays. Delays. When the game finally came out, so I did buy the game also for $10 for the PS4. You get the PS3 version, supposedly Vita, but it's official. That's canceled because nothing happened. It was supposed to be also with the Vita, but I mean, if you want to know the history about it, I got links on the description box, my thoughts about the delay, about Mighty Number 9 and stuff, plus other video, including Matt McMuscle. He actually did it. There was also other YouTuber. So I'm going to put those links in the description box if you are interested with the Mighty Number 9 story. Because it is kind of interesting, but again, it's a perfect example of a delay doesn't always mean good. And of course, the dark side of Kickstarter. But the bottom line is, there you go. Delayed too much and the game still didn't do good. Again, you might say, well, it's a case-by-case basis. True. So hopefully, in the case with Cyberpunk 2077, all those crunches, all those getting sick in the job, hopefully by December 2020, the game's out and it's in good form. It's on near perfect. I mean, you still have some minor update that you have to fix, but at least it's almost near perfect. That's what the key is. If the game comes out in December and there's some problems and people are complaining, your delays didn't do good, and you probably had to delay it longer. Another problem also with Cyberpunk was they decided to reveal the date. Again, that was also a bad thing. Is that unless you're for sure, don't reveal when the date is. I know some people I follow on Twitter kind of joke about that. Heck, even Arc System Work made a joke about Cyberpunk. People got pissed about it. I mean, like, people, please, it's not a big deal. Relax, but whatever. It's 2020. Society is so weak and sensitive. It's embarrassing. Seriously, but there's a different story there. So we'll see what happens there. So if by December this game said, oh, we need to delay to 2021, you might want to be concerned that you say, oh, they'll do good. Hopefully. Again, remember, there was been bad story. Crunches, ill, people getting sick, people quitting. What's going on there? Why is it this is happening? Again, take note, because that's not something good. Yeah, and then another thing before I close this is the art of gold. People, we can delay a game when it's gold. Well, technically, I'm not an expert on this, but I know people that kind of understand the aspect of being gold, going gold, is that when the game is gold, that means it's near completion and that you are going to meet that release dateline. That's what it is. That's what it means. It's gold. It doesn't necessarily mean, oh, it's gold, but we need more fix. No. Yeah, you need more fixes, but it means the game's already near complete and it's on consumer playable level. But I know they're trying to make it like a positive spin, like, oh, just because it's gold, that means we don't delay. No. Can you delay a game when it's gold? The answer really is you shouldn't. But again, developers kind of turning around because they're pressured, they're frustrated, they're getting stressed out. They're trying to make the perfect game, but they need more time and whatever. So, to anyone, from what again, I could be wrong about this, but when the game is gold, it means the game should be ready on release and you shouldn't be delayed, because the people behind Cyberpunk 2077, they said, oh, the game's gold, be ready, and then, oh, shit. Nope, it did not. And some people were gonna cut work, class, or whatever. I mean, guilty. I kind of did that in the past too. Don't do it, but whatever. And then they just find out, oh, the game's delayed. So, and again, you don't do that day off thing just to play the game. You gotta make sure, because you're not gonna get a second chance. Yeah, just don't do it, really. But yeah, so hopefully in the end, the delay should be good. That hopefully that it does come out in December, and we'll just have to wait and see. If it's not, then you might want to be concerned about what's going on there. So again, the delay is always good. However, there will be times when, okay, maybe it's not, and hopefully in this one, yeah, it should be. Like, my thoughts on delay, it's good, but sometimes you might want to be concerned about it. So those are my thoughts on sort of the arts of delay that even Cyberpunk 2077 got delayed. So with that, I'll see you guys later.